Hello, hello. Champagne time. It is Jessica Weaver, and here we are for Wine and Wealth Wednesday. I'll have to open a bottle of wine when I get home later today. Got a few podcast interviews coming up later today, so I can't start drinking quite yet. That might look a little weird. But anyway, I wanted to shoot a video with my top 3 favorite things for women business owners, what they should be doing now with their money to earn more money, to try to hit their money goals, because there still is time left this year. Don't give up now. Your time is coming. I promise you, your time is coming. But my top 3 favorite things to do, and it's very common sense stuff. We know we need to be doing it. We just don't do it. Or we're not doing them efficiently, properly. So my first thing, and I always hear my Robin Cray, my business coach, saying to me, do one money-making activity a day. What does that mean? So it could be doing a Facebook Live like this with a call to action to work with you, or touching base with prospects, scheduling prospect calls or meetings, booking speaking engagements. Some way to get you in front of more people, to bring them into your community, into your world, to bring women into your programs, or to connect, network. I hate that word, networking, but obviously connect, build relationships that way. And when you think about these money-making activities, think about, is this a long-term or a short-term seed that I'm planting? And I always try to do a combination of both. Short-term seeds, getting people into my community now, but planting longer-term seeds so that a year from now, I just have people regularly coming into my world. A great example of this is when I was on maternity leave, I got 3 speaking engagements and 3 referrals, 3 new prospects into my world. And I wasn't out there doing any money-making activities at that time. They were seeds that I planted 1 to 3 years ago that were coming to fruition. So you always need to be planting those long-term seeds so that you have steadier people coming into your world. So always think, what is one money-making activity that I can do today to bring more business in now and in the future? That's my first one. My second one is tracking. Tracking is so big in my world. And I like to track in a few different ways, but when we talk about business, we track how we're getting leads. Is it from social media, from speaking, right? I get about 70% of my referrals from speaking engagements. Is it speaking? Is it referrals? Is it maybe Facebook ads, networking? What are those? Centers of influence in your world. Track where you're getting the most people from, and then focus your efforts there because you're doing it really well, and cut out the other stuff that takes up time that you're really not profiting from. Cut that out. Then track your conversion ratio. Do the money math. How many people do I need to speak with to convert to a client to bring into my world? Track where you're making your most money from, what programs. So maybe there's programs that you do and you don't make much money from them, so just cut them out. If they were taking up time and you don't make much money from them, it's not a good use of your time and attention. And then track your expenses too. Are you spending a lot on marketing efforts that you're not getting a return on your investment? Are you spending a lot on business coaches and you're not getting a return on your investment? Where are you making the most money? Put your spending dollars there, okay? So I like to track my time, where I'm getting leads from, my conversion ratios, and where I'm making the most money with my programs, because that's eye-opening right there. If there's one service that you do really well and selling a lot, it's because there's a need for it. And maybe you like doing some of the other stuff, but it might not be servicing the needs that your clients really do have. So there could be a way to change it to better fit those needs and adjust when there's an opportunity there. And then my third thing, so first, money-making activity day. Second thing is tracking your time, your money, your leads, all that good stuff. The third thing is I love having a bucket for my money, for my business, that I drip into every time I get paid. I put a percentage into that investment bucket, and I use that money to invest back into my business, whether it's for a big event, or maybe it's to work with a business coach, or to hire somebody. I know a lot of people are wanting to hire somebody. It's so important to separate that from your cash flow bucket, the money that comes into your world and you pay your bills. Because what happens is, all of a sudden, there's an opportunity and you have to spend $2,000 for it. You take it from your cash flow bucket and now that bucket's really low. You start to stress out over how you're going to pay all your bills, how you're going to pay your staff. Then you start to get desperate for money, desperate for income, and that comes across right away. It comes across right away, unfortunately. And you don't like that feeling. None of us like that feeling. Separating it into something that you've worked towards and you don't use it for your overall cash flow, for your expenses, is key, and it allows you to do these opportunities while not feeling guilty, not second guess yourself, not feeling tight and restricted with your day-to-day expenses. So those are my 3 favorite go-to things as a business owner, and as a business owner who helps other women on the back end with their money. You know, a lot of business coaches, they just focus on getting you to earn more money, but then how do you optimize on that money? How do you start paying yourself? How do you hire people? How do you invest that money back into your business without putting all of it back in? Because that's what happens. Most women business owners put that money right back into their business and they don't pay themselves. How do you set up a retirement bucket? How do you optimize every dollar that comes into your business? So on the back end, that's where I help women in my Pink Fix community. So these are some of the tools that we talk about that have been very helpful for them. They're things that you can start doing right away, whether we work together or not. But if you do want more information, check us out, jessicaweaver.com. And I hope these three things helped. Money-making activity, track your time, your money, your leads, where you're spending your money, your conversion ratios, and then also setting up an investment bucket where you can invest money back into your business without having to take it from your cash flow account. All right, thanks for watching this Wine and Wealth Wednesday. I hope it's champagne time soon. All right, bye Facebook world.